My brother was in the Army for 4 years, and my grandfather was in the Navy, so it's kind of I saw that maybe it would be a good idea to join the military, so I kind of went a different route and joined the Marine Corps. I've always had a love for dogs and always wanted to be somewhat of a law enforcement, so I joined to be an MP, and I figured out you can work with dogs, and that's always what I wanted to do. So later on, after the Marine Corps, I'm hoping to get out and actually become a police officer in the civilian world and still work with dogs and everything.
Easy.
Some dogs have different personalities. Some dogs have a higher drive for things, so their toy itself, they do their final response.
Come.
You pay the dog with their primary reward, and you give them the yes command, which is their break. It's more of like kind of a mellow, laid-back dog until you piss him off, and then they'll probably maul you. Get that right foot. It's definitely a special bond because now you get to go hang out with basically your best friend now, because you're building that bond with your dog every day, and the dog's gonna unconditionally love you every single day, and it's pretty spectacular because now you have something that loves you back out here, because as is, if you don't have your family or anything like out here, you're kind of on your own besides your friends, so it makes that bond that much better because the dog you get to go hang out with your best friend every single day and basically work with him, and I don't know, it's just a special bond that you build with him and everything. Mans.
You can check.
With us, we normally wake up depending on the day. So if we have to get down to Cadino, we wake up between like 5 to 6:30 to get down there. So we're about to head inside the kennels where all the dogs are. It gets pretty loud in there because all the dogs get pretty excited when you see people walking in there. Most people, they just wake up, go to work, and not have to worry about taking care of a living thing. So it's definitely something different because we gotta take time out of our day, even on the weekends, because the dogs have to get fed on the weekends. So we sacrifice a lot, I feel like that, because you gotta take a lot of time out of your own personal life to go take care of the dogs no matter what. Come here, bud. Come on. So we're about to go for a little hike for the dogs. It's a little conditioning hike just to get their temps up so they're used to working in the heat and being able to just go for long periods of walks. Oh, here comes the rain. So we walked probably about a mile and a half. He's about 103.6, which isn't too bad. It's actually a pretty good temp. He's going to be warmer than 102.5 because that's their normal like resting temp, but he's doing pretty well. Great, bud. Come on. Hey, go, hop up.
Some hands.
Easy. Easy. We just finished the hike. We're going to go put him up, let him rest a little bit, go drink some water and hydrate again. Okay. Come on. No. We have some bleach and everything, so trying to get rid of that smell of that nastiness from the dogs all week, so. We do this once a week. We do like an in-depth kind of cleaning, so make sure there's nothing in there that could cause any kind of diseases for the dogs. Make sure they're healthy at all times. They recommend us feeding the dogs twice a day. Some guys could have to feed their dogs 3 times a day, depending on their diet. If they're losing too much weight, they feed them 3 times a day to try to upkeep that weight, so they're not losing that weight too rapid anymore. thing that we're going to do before we head out back home to Camp Hansen. Went to go see Dasty one last time for the day, just to kind of give him a little loving, because he does work well for me every single day to keep that rapport going with him. Give him some love before I head home to Hansen, and just have another wonderful day tomorrow. I'll see you later, bud.
I'm Landscaper Frederick Dudley with my dog here, MWD Udo. He's a PED. PED basically stands for Patrol Explosive Detection Dog. What separates the PEDs from everything else will be the bite capabilities. That dual capability of being a bite and that kind of IED asset would come in handy on patrols. It's just another tool in this toolbox that you can use to stop terrorists or anything like that. So basically we set up C4 in a jerry can or in ammo cans or anything. We set him up, teach him how to respond as well as soon as he puts his nose towards the C4. Go through that trial at least about 6 or 7 times just to understand, hey, this is C4, these are the negative cans. You know the difference between the order here and when there's not order. So that just kind of strengthens their confidence in the dog. And once we find out they're proficient enough in C4, we move on to the next order as in TNT, and we do the same thing over and over again. Their bite capabilities are tested as soon as they're put in that program to be an MWD, to where they're given a toy and trying to see how long they can hold that toy in their mouth without letting it go, basically. They're natural predators already, so that prey comes out inside of them with somebody to aggress. Like right now, we're having a basic conversation. Udo's chill, he's not even worried about anything, but if you were to get a little aggressive or anything, like he'll probably pick out things in your tone, the way you move, the way you're acting towards me as well, and not only towards me but towards him in a hostile environment, anything like that situation. So basically, if you see an 80-pound German Shepherd standing at the gate, you might think twice about coming to the gate and taking IEDs or anything.
So we have SSD Jack. He's a specialized search dog. Specialized search dogs, they are off-leash capable dogs that are utilized primarily counter IED sweeps as far as roadways to LZs primarily. And then we can also utilize them inside in buildings and on vehicles. So we have basically 3 different ways we can signal the SSD. One of them is the verbal, when he's in a close proximity of us. Heel. The other one is through hand signals. And through radios, that's when he's off at a distance away from us. Down. Good. We utilize the hand signals and the radio training whenever they are far away from us, so we don't have to be screaming in the middle of a roadway search that can cause us to hinder the mission. It makes me absolutely feel safe as well, myself and the Marines that I'm searching the roads for or the landing zones. And that's because I'd be able to push them really far away from us as much as possible. So in case something detonates, it's usually we're in safe place.